There's a building I drive by almost every week, and I look at it now, and the windows are broken. There's like a new one broken every week. There's windows boarded up. The sidewalk now, instead of looking pristine, looks completely unkept. The pavement in the parking lot is full of untended cracks. There's weeds growing up through every little crack. The gardens, well, they're not even existent anymore. And you see, just a few years ago, this same building used to be a beacon in our community. It used to be a place where so many people, thousands of people would come. They had memberships here. They would come, they would swim, they would jog, they would run, they would work out, they would rent a gym, they would walk into a gym for free if they didn't have enough money. There was a healthy cafe in there, all kinds of great things for the community. And I used to be a member there myself. I used to work out there myself. And now I look at it and it is in complete disrepair. All of that happened since the crazy years when the pandemic roamed the world, not too long ago. And I look at that building now, and a part of me feels sad every time I see it, because it's a sign of what something looks like when it's not tended. You see, at first, when they had to close their doors, it still looked okay. It still looked the same on the outside. But then as time went by and nobody was taking care of it, you could see the signs were everywhere. Little by little, the whole thing has just eroded. And I feel like that is something to keep in mind when it comes to us. I feel like that building tells me a story of what we will look like when we don't tend ourselves. What do I mean by that? Well, when we don't take care of the cracks, when we don't take care of the windows in our lives, the places that we see everything through, the perspectives we see everything through. You see, a lot of people take perspective for granted. And that is something that I cannot see any other way, the value of perspective. It is something that will literally take your mindset and bring you to an entirely new way of thinking. The way that you see something and the way that you take care of your own heart are so, so important. Now, I think a lot of people in their hearts, they're like, yeah, I want to do that. This is like, in another few years, maybe I'll learn how to do that. And I'm here to just encourage you with this, because we talk about this and we think, well, okay, throw my hands in the air. What can I do about it? If I feel like the gardens of my life have gone untended for too long, maybe there's a few too many weeds growing in places that I never intended to neglect. I don't want to abandon myself. I don't want to abandon who I am. I want to thrive. I want to flourish. And you know what? I want that for you too. I think we all do at our core. We want to thrive. We want to flourish. We have one life that we've been blessed with. One life that we get to walk around and do something with. And I think many of us, when we go through difficult times in our lives, many of us have this idea that if difficult things happen to us or we experience something difficult, we think, well, what can I do about that? What kind of potential is there for me to change anything if I go through a hard time? And I want to challenge that perspective. This is the perspective I am fighting to change with every fiber of my being. You see, so many people feel this sense of abandonment from maybe people they love, maybe thoughts that they used to have, maybe hope that they felt at one time. And now they're trying to think like, how can I get that back? Well, a lot of it comes down to the way that you and I see the world. And I cannot state more emphatically that when you choose to see the world through the lens of despair, through the lens of sadness, through the lens of no hope, and especially through the lens of fear, you will not see the world the way that you need to. Yes, there's a lot of those things out there, but don't let your mindset stop at that. Don't let your perspective stop at that. You see, there is a lot more beauty in the world out there when you choose to look for it. It's kind of like the algorithm of your life, right? Whatever you choose to feed, that's what you're going to see more of. And it's, for me, I remember a few years ago, I bought this car I'm sitting in. It's blue. And I love it. And I felt, oh, I don't think I've ever seen this color of blue car on the road when I bought it. And then suddenly when I bought it, I started seeing blue cars just like this everywhere. And I thought, wow, it's just like, is everybody buying it? Did I start a new trend? No, they were always there. I just told my brain to start looking for it because I was now focused on that because I had one. And that's called your reticular activating system. You choose what to look for. And no, it does not mean that you're ducking your head in the sand and choosing to avoid reality. No. We know there's a lot of stuff out there that's not good. But my friend, there's a lot out there that is. And one of the things that it's really important to do to combat that, to stop abandoning yourself in the moment of need when you need to change the perspective, is actually learning to see what is. And sometimes we need other people in our lives to speak to us and speak to us in truth. Because when you're so immersed in a perspective that's not helpful, it actually drags you down and everybody else around you. And sometimes the people that you're hanging out with, the people that you are constantly putting yourself into community with, they might not be the best influence on you. I'm going to say that again. It might be time to look at the group of people that you are most closely associated with on a regular basis. Maybe it's websites, maybe it's the X accounts you follow, maybe it's TikTok accounts you follow, and you've trained the algorithm to show you all the negative things. You've trained your relationships to show you all the negative things because that's what gets the most attention. But let me tell you, when you start actually seeking out, looking for better things, think about one thing, just even one thing right now that you are thankful for. Start your day thinking about just one thing that you're thankful for. And then every hour of the day, if you need to, take a moment to be thankful for that. And if you're a person of faith, you can thank God for that. And you could do that freely. It costs you nothing. And you can be thankful for the relationships that you have in your life. You can be thankful for the friendships, the good ones that you have. You can be thankful for the moments when you do take action to make a change in your life for the better. You don't have to stay stuck in the negative perspective. You can put a new pair of lenses on. And I have a name for that. And I'm not going to give it away yet because it's coming up in my book that I'm just about ready to release. But the name is really fun. It's based on a trip I took to Africa. And I share a lot of crazy stories that happened there and what I learned through it. But I'm just here to challenge you with perspective, because the perspective that you have in your life is going to actually set you apart. It's going to be the thing that helps you see the cracks that need tending, or it's going to be the thing that helps you see what needs tending so that it doesn't get abandoned. You are so valuable, and you are not ever meant to be abandoned. My friend, I just want to say that you have worth. If it has been a while since you've heard that, I want you to hear it from me. So I hope this encourages you. I hope this gives you a little bit of spark in your life where you go, yeah, maybe I can change something. There is a possibility every day that you wake up and draw breath. There's always a possibility to do that. And I want you to know that I'm here to cheer you on. And I believe in you. More importantly, I think heaven believes in you. And that's even more valuable. But if you would like to stay in touch with this kind of content, if you're looking for ways to be more encouraged in your life, join the crew. Hit subscribe so you don't miss another moment. Or reach out, send something in the comment and say what's helping you with your perspective. Because, my friend, I would love to hear from you. I hope you have an amazing day. Know that someone's got your back. And we'll talk very, very soon. You take care.